Hello everyone, my name is Ben, and in this video I will be showing you how to use the news in the Pyramid Model Implementation data system. There are two ways to view the news currently. One is on the home page. There's a widget on the left that shows the news with the newest news on top and the oldest news on the bottom, and you can scroll to see the different news. And the other is on the news page. So there are two ways to get to the news page. One is via the All News button in the news widget, and the other is the news icon in the nav bar. You can go ahead and click that to go to the news page. And on this page, all the news is shown after a certain date. The date defaults to 1 month previous to the current date, but you can change that to see older news or just to limit your view to newer news. So if I wanted to see only news from October 2019, I would choose 10/1/19, and now the news is limited to only news after that date. You can also filter by the type of news. So if I wanted to see only application news, I would choose that. I can also choose statewide, hub-wide, program-wide, and cohort-wide. And I'll get to the details of those types of news in a little bit as I show you how to enter them. So currently, the only roles allowed to add news are the Hub Data Viewer role and Administrator roles. So I'm logged in as a Hub Data Viewer, which allows me to see this Add News Entry button. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Now I'm going to choose today's date and choose the type. So for the types, the users can only add hub-wide and program-wide. Hub-wide means that any users inside of your hub will see the news, and program-wide means that only users inside of your program will see that news. Cohort-wide, application news, and statewide news are all controlled by administrators, so you don't need to worry about that. So if I choose hub-wide, I choose a hub, or if I choose program-wide, I choose whatever program are inside of the hub I want to add news for. I'm going to choose hub-wide and choose my hub, and then click Save. And now I can add the news items. So each news item will show up as a separate bullet point in the news list as we saw before. So I'm going to go ahead and add a news item. The order number here determines what order the news is shown, and it is always sorted in ascending order. So 1 will come before 2, 2 before 3, and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and say news, and I'm going to save that. Now I want to add another news item, more news, and I will save that as well. So as you can see they're here, you can also delete them and edit them. So if I want to do news is news, and I can save. And I'm going to add in another news item so you can see how the ordering works. Let's see, more news. So right now, what would happen on the news page and on the home page is the news is news message would show up before the more news section. As you can see here, the order's number is 1 and 1 comes before 2. But if I added a order number of 0 with first news, save that, as you can see it comes before all the others. And you can use that to rearrange how you want them to show. So if I change this one to 3, it shows up after the more news. And I'm going to click Save so you can see how it works. So as you can see, first news comes first, then more news, then the news is news. And also, as you can see, the Actions button's now appeared. Now the Actions button only appears for news that you're allowed to edit. So in this case, I can't edit application news because I am a Hub Data Viewer, but I can edit the Hub news and delete it. So I'm going to go ahead and edit, and I'm going to rearrange it. So I want more news to show up after the news is news message. So I'll change the order number to 4, click Save, and as you can see, it rearranged. The order numbers are arbitrary, but just make sure that they display properly here, and they'll display properly on the news page and on the news widget here. That's about all for news, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.